On the broadcast this evening, salesman in chief. Far from Washington, the president pitches his economic plan and responds to students with a message of their own about the American dream. Bonus question. Congress moves to get back the money spent on those AIG bonuses amid finger-pointing over who's to blame. Fallen star, remembering actress Natasha Richardson, a sudden tragic death, and some answers tonight about just what happened. And Screen Gem, a small-town movie palace with a big idea that's packing them in and making a difference. Nightly News begins now.
From NBC News World Headquarters in New York, this is NBC Nightly News with Brian Williams.
Good evening. I'm David Gregory, in tonight for Brian Williams. The president is in California tonight, making the hard sell for his economic agenda. He's doing it during a week when Americans' anger about Wall Street's excess, those AIG bonuses, boiled over. Mr. Obama has, for now at least, taken the reins as chief spokesman on the economy, trying to tamp down the public's frustration while forecasting brighter days ahead. And he's doing it on many fronts, including an appearance on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, a first for a sitting president. Our White House correspondent, Savannah Guthrie, traveling with the president, is tonight in Los Angeles. Savannah?
Well, David, good evening. The president just concluded his appearance on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. It will air later tonight on NBC stations. It was billed as a chance for the president to reach ordinary Americans to talk about the economy. But for most of it, Leno seemed more the serious interview than comedian. He asked about the AIG bonus scandal and also what the president is trying to do to fix the economy.
Now, it's only, what, 59 days now, right?
Yes,
and
59 days.
So much scrutiny. Is it fair to judge so quickly? I mean,
Well, look, we are going through a difficult time. I welcome the challenge. I ran for president because I thought we needed big changes. And I do think in Washington, it's a little bit like American Idol, except everybody is Simon Cowell.
Wow. Wow.
Well, the president was also asked about his Treasury Secretary, Tim Geithner, who's been under fire for some perceived missteps, especially about that AIG bonus scandal. And he has before defended Treasury Secretary Geithner.
I actually think that he is taking the right steps, and we're going to have our economy back on the move.
No, see, I love that it's all his problem.
No.
That's not what I mean, when he came in, you probably said, hey, this has got a problem. Now it's, hey, you got this, you got that. Hey, good luck.
No, but this is the point that I made, I think, 2 days ago when somebody asked, well, do you have confidence in Tim Geithner? I said, look, I'm the president. So ultimately, all this stuff is my responsibility.
Right. Well, it wasn't all serious news of the day. Leno asked the president if it was cool to fly on Air Force One, and Obama said he thought it was, but that his girls, Sasha and Malia, weren't as impressed as he was.
Malia and Sasha, my daughters, they're just not as impressed. First time we went on Marine One, right? You got the Marines in front, and they're saluting you, and we go up, and we're passing the Washington Monument, circling around on the way to Camp David, and Sasha looks over and she says, "Are those Starburst?" You know, there's like the candy in the little, canister. Can we have some? And so they're splitting up the Starburst.
Right. And the president did make some news tonight about that dog he's promised his daughters. He said the dog will be in place at the White House by the time he returns from the NATO summit in early April. Now, this Tonight Show appearance, of course, is the end of the president's 2G trip to California. He held 2 town halls and visited a plant that manufactures electric car batteries. And this is all part of a push to get out of Washington and sell his agenda directly to the American people, hoping that it will help him as he tries to get his ambitious budget through Congress in the coming days, David.
Savannah Guthrie, thanks. And, of course, you can see President Obama with Jay Leno later tonight right here on NBC. Congress took quick action today to go after the insurance company AIG and those notorious bonus payments using taxpayers' money. And lawmakers had plenty of harsh words, too, as they tried to find someone to blame for this fiasco. NBC's Kelly O'Donnell has more tonight from Capitol Hill. Kelly?
Good evening, David. Well, after days of anger and outrage and, yes, finger-pointing, now we have Congress taking some action, and it was unusually fast. The House tried to come up with a plan to effectively eliminate these bonuses with the power of a big new tax.
The woman from California, the Speaker of the House, is recognized.
What Congress did today looked a lot like a high-profile do-over.
We want our money back, and we want our money back now for the taxpayers.
But how the taxpayers' money got away and ended up in bonuses for bailed-out AIG sent the Washington blame game into extra innings.
Who knew what and when did they know it?
Republicans said it was the Democrats' fault.
Today they're embarrassed. And their response? It's a typical Democratic response. Let's tax people.
Democrats blamed Wall Street greed.
And we are going to sit idle and allow them to receive these bonuses?
Lawmakers under fire because the stimulus package that the White House wanted and Congress passed with only 3 Republican votes actually permitted scheduled bonus payouts. But today, both Democrats and Republicans voted for a fix. A 90% income tax on the bonus money if the company received more than $5 billion in government bailout funds. Part of the day was full of bluster.
Help us find out who that was.
A clamor to identify some unnamed official who pushed for a change in the original stimulus bill that allowed AIG bonuses. Senator Chris Dodd had been behind an effort to limit executive pay and says it was the administration that thought the limits went too far.
They came and said, look, we'd like to make some modifications.
Treasury officials say department staffers did advise Dodd that part of his proposal would not hold up because of existing employment contracts at the bailed-out firms. And asked about this today, Secretary Geithner said that, yes, he agreed with the advice his staffers gave to Senator Dodd. He was concerned that if you tried to get rid of pre-existing bonus packages, that could end up in court. Well, this new idea about taxes now moves over to the Senate. They'll begin working on it next week. David?
Kelly O'Donnell on Capitol Hill tonight. Kelly, thank you. While much of the attention and the anger is focused on AIG bonuses, that $165 million may be relatively small. New York Attorney General Andrew Cuomo said today he's investigating the bonuses paid by all big banks that got a taxpayer bailout. As NBC senior investigative correspondent Lisa Myers reports, the estimates run into the billions.
So far, most of the big banks, which have taken taxpayer money, refuse to disclose how much they've paid out in year-end bonuses. NBC News asked 6 major banks, which received $160 billion in TARP funds, to disclose overall bonus payments and how many employees received more than $1 million. Only Bank of America provided information, saying it paid out $1.6 billion in bonuses to 180,000 employees. All the other banks, Citigroup, J.P. Morgan Chase, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, and Wells Fargo, would say only that bonuses had been cut significantly and that top executives received no bonuses at all.
Anyone can safely say that most of the major banks paid out in the billions of dollars of incentives, but it had dropped probably almost in half from the prior year.
Alan Johnson, a compensation expert, estimates that most of the major banks paid $3 to $5 billion in year-end bonuses in both cash and stock. Why are the banks so reluctant to reveal the numbers?
I think they feel that anything they divulge on the size of bonus pools will be used against them.
Especially after the frenzy in Congress.
It's disgusting.
It's disgraceful.
But some experts say Congress mostly has itself to blame. That Congress was repeatedly warned last fall about the need to require banks to disclose how money was spent and to impose restrictions. Instead, they say Congress wrote a blank check.
We ended up with a total lack of transparency and accountability in TARP simply because Congress sold their votes and souls to the banking lobbyist.
Now spurred by an angry public, Congress is struggling to get some of the money back.
The voice of the people will be heard on this.
Lisa Myers, NBC News, Washington.
So more help today for the troubled U.S. auto industry. The government said it will provide $5 billion in financing to auto parts suppliers. Many of those companies that do business with the big 3 automakers are thought to be near bankruptcy. The money would come from the rescue package that's already been passed by Congress. Wall Street's recent rally took a pause today after an early rise. The Dow finished the day down 85 points. Turning now to the tragic story of Natasha Richardson. The actress's family and friends tonight are still reeling from the shock of her death last night, so soon after a fall during a skiing lesson on Monday. Tonight, the medical examiner has determined the cause of death, but as NBC's chief medical editor, Dr. Nancy Snyderman, reports, there are still many questions.
3 days after her fall on a ski slope in Quebec, the New York City medical examiner today determined the cause of Natasha Richardson's death to be an accident caused by epidural hematoma due to blunt impact to the head. An epidural hematoma results when a blood vessel between the brain and the skull is torn, bleeds, and forms a clot. If the bleeding is brisk, brain tissue is compressed against the skull, putting a person at great risk. The signs of trouble can be straightforward.
They're drowsy or lethargic, or if they had slurred speech, if one arm starts to get weak, or they have poor balance or vision, that's a symptom that the brain's not functioning.
Falls are the leading cause of traumatic brain injuries. This injury is rare in midlife. Those at highest risk are young children and adults ages 75 and older.
The key is to get to that emergency room as soon as we can, and even the slightest sign of trouble.
The ski patrol reported that Richardson, who was not wearing a helmet, was joking after the fall and signed a release refusing medical care. She complained of a headache and not feeling well shortly thereafter. Richardson's accident has raised more questions about safety on the slopes. A survey by the National Ski Areas Association found 43% of recreational skiers and boarders wear helmets, up from 25% in 2003. Adult beginners are the least likely to use them.
If any kind of good can come out of this, it can be a wake-up call for all of us, and I'm including myself, that there's no shame in being careful and cautious.
Tonight, Broadway is dimming its lights in a tribute to a wife, mother, and actress, Natasha Richardson. Dr. Nancy Snyderman, NBC News, New York.
When NBC Nightly News continues in a moment, using YouTube to reach all the way to the White House, how some high schoolers got the president's attention, and making a difference. Family night at the movies on the house, a place to escape when times are tough.
If you have diabetes, Freestyle can help set you free of its burdens. Freestyle light meters never need coding, so they're easy to use, and they require the world's smallest blood sample. Plus now, there's the Freestyle Promise Program, with information from live certified diabetes educators, support with insurance, and savings on test strip copays. Because if you make living with diabetes easier, you can just be you. Restrictions apply. See our website for details.
Are you and your gray hair facing an identity crisis?
My hair says experience. My hair says energy.
Touch of Gray. The best of both combs away a little gray, never too much, just right.
Now I look like I know what I'm doing and can still do it.
Touch of Gray.
Want to bounce back fast from tough pain? Get relief that's liquid fast. Advil Strong. Advil Liquid Gels. Faster and stronger than extra strength Tylenol on tough pain. Advil Liquid Gels rush relief right where you need it. Advil Liquid Gels. Liquid fast. Advil Strong.
Imagine the expertise. A panel of dermatologists helping to make skin look younger. That's what you get with new Olay Professional Pro X. A specialized team of dermatologists and Olay have designed Pro X to re-signal your skin so it looks more like it did when it was younger. For clinically proven results in 28 days guaranteed. Potent, proven, professional. New Olay Professional Pro X.
It's a lovely day to be together.
What are you going to miss when you have an allergy attack? Benadryl is more effective than Claritin at relieving your worst symptoms. Runny nose, sneezing, and watery eyes, and works when you need it most. Benadryl, you can't pause life. New Benadryl Cap Gels, the same effective relief you trusted with Cap Seals, now in a cap gel.
Keith lays into Wall Street and Congress over AIG's bonus debacle.
Nice work.
Countdown with Keith Olbermann, tonight on MSNBC.
We told you at the top of the program about President Obama's day in California, one of the states hardest hit in this economic crisis. He also spent some time there with a group of teenagers who had already gotten his attention. NBC's George Lewis has that story.
At Village Academy High School in Pomona, the kids were elated.
about to meet the President of the United States. And why? Because of this YouTube video they made, talking about how the economy affects them.
My father walked out on us, and it's really hard because, like, my mom, I see her struggling.
I mean, I can get out, but my brothers, they might be homeless pretty soon.
At the moment, I am currently the only one that can support my family and can't. My mom won't let me get a job to help her, and I'm really, really scared that I might have to put up school for another year.
Pomona has been hard hit by the economic crisis. A lot of construction jobs vanished when the housing bubble burst. Unemployment here has hit 12%, but it took a group of teenagers to put a face on the suffering. And when Yvonne Verahuquez spoke,
we're all businessmen and doctors and lawyers and all this great stuff, and we have all this potential. But the way things are going, we're not going to be able to do that.
She got the president's attention.
There's something I want to say to Yvonne and her class at Village Academy. I am listening. We are listening. America's listening.
And to underscore that, today he met personally with Yvonne and her classmates.
Yes, I still am speechless, so I don't know, like, it's very exciting and it's just crazy, it's insane.
Their instructor says there's a point here.
One of the things that kids want to do with this video is make people aware. Across the country, there are kids in the same condition, if not worse.
An urgent plea for help to a president who said he got the message. George Lewis, NBC News, Pomona, California.
While President Obama spent this day in California, First Lady Michelle Obama was inspiring some young people back in Washington. She paid a visit to Anacostia High School for an event marking Women's History Month and spoke with students there about the importance of aiming high, working hard, and overcoming obstacles, offering herself as a prime example.
I wanted an A. You know, I wanted to be smart. I wanted to be the person who had the right answer. And I didn't care whether it was cool, because I remember there were kids around my neighborhood who would say, "Oh, you talk funny. You talk like a white girl." I heard that growing up my whole life. And I was like, I don't even know what that means, but you know what? I'm still getting my A.
First Lady Michelle Obama is speaking to high school students in Washington today. When we continue this Thursday night, shocking revelations today about the price of war and charges that it was a lot higher than it had to be.
Hey, are you treating your rheumatoid arthritis but still having trouble with everyday things? Could Orencia help you? Talk to your doctor. I did. Listen for details about the Orencia Promise Program and this free copay card.
Can you open this? Fasten this? Oh, yes, I can. Orencia. It's an RA treatment that's proven to make a difference for many patients, including those who weren't helped enough by other treatments, relieving the symptoms of RA and controlling the advance of joint damage.
Do not take Orencia with another biologic medicine for RA due to an increased risk of serious infection. Orencia can cause serious side effects, including serious infections. Certain cancers have been reported. Tell your doctor if you are prone to or have any infection like an open sore or the flu. If you have a history of COPD, a chronic lung disease, Orencia may worsen your COPD.
Thousands of RA patients have experienced Orencia. What about you? Go to Orencia.com or call 1-800-ORENCIA for more about Orencia and the Promise Program for new Orencia patients covered by private insurance. We'll pay your Orencia copay for 6 months. If you're not satisfied after 6 months, we'll pay your first copay of another RA medicine. Go online for the Orencia Promise Program. Talk to your rheumatologist. See if you can say, "Oh, yes, I can."
This might not be the best time to sell a home.
But we just can't wait for the market to heat up.
Need to sell? RE/MAX agents have the experience to get the job done. Nobody sells more real estate than RE/MAX. Where do you want to be?
Oh, hey, there's that Mr. Clean magic eraser thing again. Clean freak.
Whoa. Is he better than us?
I feel like it took you like 3 times longer to do whatever he did.
He's got these like micro scrubbers.
Yeah, I guess. Magic man.
He's a magic man. What?
I just want to be squeezed.
Remove 3 times more grime per swipe with the Mr. Clean Magic Eraser Extra Power.
They tickle, they tease, and you sneeze.
Maybe it's time to ask your doctor about Singulair. While many allergy medicines block histamine, Singulair blocks leukotrienes, an underlying cause of nasal allergy symptoms. And that's how Singulair works differently. One pill, once a day. Side effects are generally mild and vary by age and may include headache, ear infection, sore throat, and upper respiratory infection. Singulair, a different way to treat allergies.
NBC's Peter Alexander and his sister Rebecca share the story of her rare disease.
I don't have time to sit around and pity myself.
Tomorrow on Today.
Nightly news at nightly.msnbc.com.
We're back now with our in-depth report, and tonight we revisit a war that dominated the headlines as the year began, the fight between Israelis and Palestinians in Gaza. Israel has always said that its assault on Gaza was an act of self-defense, a response to missile attacks against Israeli civilians. But now Israel has been shaken by charges from some of the soldiers themselves that the Israeli military acted far more brutally than previously thought. NBC's Martin Fletcher has the latest tonight from Tel Aviv.
To keep their own soldiers safe in Gaza, Israeli tanks flattened Palestinian homes rather than drive on roads with landmines. The price today, Palestinians homeless in crushed neighborhoods. The Israeli army insisted during the war they were extra careful to avoid unnecessary damage and to protect Palestinian civilians. But today Israelis were shocked by reports of soldiers speaking out, saying they intentionally destroyed Palestinian property and killed civilians.
These soldiers, most of them, did not think that they were telling anything unusual. They basically thought that was their experience, that's the way they told it.
A squad leader said a mother and 2 children were allowed to leave a building and turn right, but they turned left instead. And nobody had told a nearby sniper they were coming. He killed them. The squad leader said, quote, "I don't think he felt too bad about it. He did his job according to his orders." In another case, another soldier said his commander ordered that an old woman be killed, although she was 100 yards away. The squad leader said there was a general atmosphere that, quote, "the lives of Palestinians, let's say, is something very, very less important than the lives of our soldiers." Hamas spokesman responded saying, quote, "These confessions confirm the criminal and terrorist mentality of the Israelis." During the war, the army spokesman routinely denied such claims, but today
we have decided to open an investigation, a thorough investigation, to check these matters. It's important for me to say that the IDF policy is to save lives on both sides of the border.
It isn't clear how widespread these acts were during Israel's war against Hamas in Gaza, but tomorrow the newspapers said there will be more revelations by Israeli soldiers. Martin Fletcher, NBC News, Tel Aviv.
When we come back, a story about going to the movies and making a difference. No money down.
I thought I knew all about my high cholesterol.
But then my doctor told me something I didn't know.
While I was building my life, plaque was building in my arteries. It had been building up most of my life.
That's why my doctor prescribed Crestor, to help slow the buildup of plaque. People like you are learning that plaque can build up in arteries over time, and that along with diet, Crestor lowers bad cholesterol, raises good, and is approved to slow the buildup of plaque in arteries. Is Crestor right for you? Crestor isn't for everyone, like people with liver disease or women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. Simple blood tests will check for liver problems. You should tell your doctor about other medicines you're taking, or if you have muscle pain or weakness, that could be a sign of serious side effects. Like others, while you've been building your life, plaque may have been building in your arteries. Find out more at Crestor.com. Then ask your doctor if it's time for Crestor.
If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Change your allergy medicine to Alivert. With Alivert, you'll get effective 24-hour non-drowsy relief. Relief even Claritin can't beat. But how's this for change? You'll get all that allergy relief for less. Compare and save. Alivert, a good change to make.
When you have your period, you guard your own movements. It's so difficult to sleep. That's why there's Stay Free Overnight, the only one with night guard sound and 18 anti-leak channels for maximum protection, no matter how you move. Wake up to a beautiful morning with Stay Free.
I don't always let my bladder problems or the worry my pipes might leak compromise what I like to do, like hunting for bargains, not always bathrooms. I take care with Vesicare.
Once daily Vesicare can help control your bladder muscle and is proven to reduce frequent sudden urges and leaks, day and night. If you have certain stomach or glaucoma problems or trouble emptying your bladder, do not take Vesicare. Tell your doctor right away if you have a serious allergic reaction, severe abdominal pain, or become constipated for 3 or more days. Vesicare may cause blurred vision, so take care while driving or doing unsafe tasks. Common side effects are dry mouth, constipation, and indigestion.
You deserve better than to always be compromised by urges and leaks. Ask your doctor today about taking care with Vesicare.
This is a KGW News Channel 8 update.
Next, new information about who will get custody of a 4-year-old girl found wandering in a Salem neighborhood. And Oregon winemakers worried about a tariff threat from Mexico. What touched this off?
And I'm Matt Safino. Now less than 12 hours from the start of spring. Will it be wet or dry? The answer at 6.
Making a difference. Brought to you by Vesicare.
As you know, we have been looking to you to let us know about some of the good news around the country while we all struggle through this recession. Well, a viewer got our attention with word about this next story. One town's efforts to provide something special for nothing. It is a movie theater leading the way and making a difference. Here's Ron Mott.
Get 2 adults. Thank you, ma'am.
Outside Charlotte,
This is wonderful.
the race is on. Popcorn's hot, drinks ice cold, and lights mean action. It's showtime at the gym. #1 film at the box office now playing. But that's not why the house is full, 900 strong. This is
1 adult and 2 kids? Yes. Thank you, ma'am. It's free tonight. How many adults? How many children? 2 adults and 1 child. Thank you. It's free tonight.
free admission.
Hey, thank y'all for doing this.
You're welcome. Glad you enjoyed it. What owner Steve Morris calls his recession buster, a way to keep the tough going in these tough times.
We're busting that recession image that's out there, by doing something fun and taking people's mind off of it.
It's an offer too good to pass up.
Things have been hard for everybody, and so to enjoy a night out for free, had to take advantage of it.
It's pretty big savings, so it's something fun for them to do and still save money and stay on a budget.
6 years ago, thousands of jobs were lost when the local textile mill closed. 10% of the population was out of work. But Kannapolis is no stranger to recovery.
This theater first started thrilling audiences on the cheap during another rough economic patch in American history. 1936, the height of the Great Depression, and it's been one of the best bargains in town ever since.
Greg Farr, who runs the ice cream shop around the corner, scoops up a good deal too.
Helps us maintain a way of life. I mean, that's critical to our survival.
Surviving together, Morris says, makes it even better.
It's been positive for us all the way around. Hopefully we've made some new friends.
New friends helping an old place thrive again, all thanks to a gem of an idea. Ron Mott, NBC News, Kannapolis, North Carolina.
That's Nightly News for this Thursday night. I'm David Gregory in for Brian Williams. And this program note, join me Sunday on Meet the Press when my guests will be 3 political heavyweights, New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg, Pennsylvania Governor Ed Rendell, and California Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger. The economy, the bailout, and the country's anger. It's all this Sunday on Meet the Press. Thank you for being with us tonight. We hope to see you right back here tomorrow night.
A net gain? The Major League Soccer season kicks off tonight in Seattle as Portland is set to land a team of its own tomorrow. But where some see excitement...
The challenge here from an economic standpoint has always been that the benefit of doing this on the margin is not that great.
Others see missed opportunities. March Madness, indeed. Around the Rose Garden, traffic snarled by college basketball, the best way to get around it. And trade war. New restrictions on Mexican trucks entering the U.S. have led to a tariff backlash.
That would be very difficult for us to continue to sell wine internationally.
How it's hurting Oregon wineries.
From the KGW HD studios, where the news comes first. News Channel 8 at 6 starts now.
Hello, I'm Joe Donlin.
And I'm Tracy Berry. First at 6, Major League Soccer is about to announce a new team in Portland. Fans and critics tonight are looking to Seattle for some perspective. That city already has a new pro soccer team, and tonight is opening night. Our City Beat reporter Randy Neves is live at PGE Park with that debate. Randy?
Well, critics say there's no publicly available market study that explains why it's a good idea to renovate PGE Park into a pro soccer venue. Proponents, on the other hand, say, hey, just look at Seattle, where fans bought 20,000 season tickets before the team ever took the field. A flag flies atop Seattle's Space Needle, announcing that city's newest professional team, the Sounders.
Get all the information you need to know on the Sounders.
So far, Seattle's population has supported 20,000 season ticket sales.
It's an international city. It's a world melting pot. Soccer is the language of the world, and so...
Safe Corporation, helping make Oregon a safer place to work for all Oregonians. Online at safe.com.
Willamette University, MBA, in Salem and Portland, helping to empower managers and developing executives, now accepting applications online.